Are you a white American?
I don't understand the question.
We're so opinionated, you can't put us in a box. But if you want that temple, it's a box you gotta watch.
Jack Zulu,
Koolay, Rockstar, and Scru love, we're in the spot.
and we're so damn sexy.
Even grandma got a watch. Jokes on jokes on jokes, I swear you'll laugh till you can't breathe.
And if you're feeling down, I guess it's Temple that you need.
Gather around, we'll have you laughing like you're mental. Yeah. Breathe deep, I wanna hear you scream.
The proposal.
What's the question?
Can your girl propose to you?
Nah, my girl can't propose to me. She can't have the confidence to talk to man. In fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, she shouldn't even go outside the house. She should stay in the house. And when I'm ready to, no, sure. Here's the thing, right? I would want to be the one to propose and be extra about it. But at the same time, it'd be pretty cool if your girl actually went out of her way and proposed to you. But it depends on the way she does it. I don't need her to wine and dine me, lay me on the bed and be like, you okay? Don't do that. I'm gonna propose to you. Don't be manly about it. Don't get down on one knee and be like, put it on my finger seductively and I'm like, oh my god, yes. Yes, I will. No. I'll tell her, thank you for the proposal. No. I'll take the ring. When I propose, that's when we're getting married.
Can I just say that I'm unaware of what it is proposals look like in Screw's head? But I don't know how many times in this life a man has ever laid a woman down and gone like this. Like he's about to he's about to spin some tunes and said, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to propose to you now. Is he trying to tempt a snake out of a... But is this what it is?
Exactly, trying to tempt the snake out.
If that is your idea of proposal,
I want to see you propose. I want to be there.
I want to be there.
Can your girlfriend propose to you? I said no because it's not cool. And the reason why it's not cool is, one, it's your responsibility as a man, I'm just saying. And if you're in a same-sex relationship, then it's your responsibility as the masculine one in that relationship. Just think back to all the epic ways guys have proposed in the past. Especially in America, you might see a filled to capacity football stadium and someone gets out there in the middle of the biggest game of the season and they start singing and then they name the girl and they say, oh, Frederick dedicated this song to you, LaQuisha. And then all you know is the camera pans to Frederick, he's on his knee and LaQuisha's there crying, oh my god, Frederick, oh my god! And she says yes. Imagine you are Lucretia for a second. Lucretia. And everybody in a stadium is watching, I don't know, let's just flip the script, like a singer like Maya singing some beautiful love song. And then the camera pans to you and you're sitting there and your girlfriend is on her knees. That is embarrassing. That is not cool under any circumstance. I'm sorry. It can't be done. It's a man's responsibility to propose to and claim his woman. It's not a sexist thing. It's just, I can't think of anything like more embarrassing.
I don't see the problem with it. And anybody who knows me has heard me say this at one point or another. I want a ring. I don't really care for marriage either way. But if we're gonna get married, I want the ring. Why don't I have to get you a ring? This is 2015. Equal opportunities. We should be in a state of equality. So if I can propose to you, which I can, you should also be able to propose to me. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to, but there shouldn't be a negative stigma that comes with it. If you are the guy who has been proposed to, it shouldn't become a joke thing. It's not something you should feel embarrassed about. If, for example, you're in a relationship with somebody and you want to get married to them, but it's sort of seeming like they're not going to ask, maybe it's not their main priority, it's not coming anytime soon, why not take the bull by the horns and go ahead, get that ring, get down on that knee, if that's how you choose to propose?
I feel like the tradition, it should stay, like men should propose to a woman. It seems natural. However, I think it's really cool that women have the opportunity to propose to a man. If a woman feels like the man's taking too long, why can't she propose? Why is it seen as like an unacceptable thing socially when we're supposedly equal to a man.
It's not that it's socially unacceptable, even though I kind of illustrated that in my first comment. It's definitely a beautiful thing for anyone to propose to somebody else. The thing is I think women are a lot more, let's say, passionate than men. So I reckon much early on in a relationship, a girl will actually be committed to a guy and be like, you know what? This is the guy for me. And a guy might not have got there yet. And there's a lot more girls than there are guys. There's going to be a lot more proposals happening. And people are going to be saying no, because guys are not ready. That's why it takes them so long to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to marry this girl now. Like, we've been together 5 years and basically I can't do any better. So this is going to be my wife. And then they convince themselves, they convince their family, their boys, etc., etc., and they propose. Now a girl will decide that she loves a guy because she loves the guy. Like, it could be 2 years in, could be 1 year in, she'll be like, you know what, I'm going to marry this guy. She's ready. He's not ready. So if he's not ready and she proposes, it could be all over. If she just waited a couple more years and he proposed, it would have been a happy ending that she was after. It'd have just taken longer.
That same scenario exists when a man proposes to a woman. Maybe she's not ready, or she's just not sure in that moment. Maybe she isn't completely happy with where the relationship is and doesn't feel like marriage is the way to go yet. I don't think it's relevant whether or not it was the guy who proposed or the woman who proposed. Although, yes, I can definitely see how it'd be more likely that a woman would feel that for the guy and perhaps rush the decision, as opposed to the guy being maybe more meticulous about it, or maybe just taking longer before saying, let's go.
I run my relationship. So therefore, I am going to say when we're getting married, I'm also going to say when we move in together, I am. You can take me out, make a special night, propose to me, I'm like, that's sweet. But it's just like, I'll take the ring from you, and I'll propose back, and then you can say yes. It's not for me to say yes. I'm saying yes by proposing. It's not because it doesn't make you less of a man. It just means that when you're telling your grandchildren, oh granddad, how did you propose to grandma? And you gotta look, I didn't do it. She asked me. Like, nah, I'm like, well, get me. I took her hair, I did this, I wooed her. No, she said I had to marry her and that was it. Cause a female proposal is gonna be different anyway.
I think it'd be fabulous.
I don't know.
I don't.
It'd be like, so you're gonna marry me, or are we gonna get married? I don't know. Are we gonna get married? We're gonna get married because I proposed and it's up to you now. But if you don't say yes, then that's it. This is it. That's it. That's gonna be.
That's any South London girl's proposal.
That's what I'm saying. And not just that. Let's be honest. 3 weeks after you start dating some girls, they want to marry you then. There'll be a proposal all the time.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All the time. Just like, oh, you text them like, hey, how you doing? Will you marry me? It'd be like every day. That's not for you to ask. I would like to be wined and dined.
It is flattering,
yeah,
but it's not a reality.
If you order my food for me, the waiter comes over and says, what would the man be having? And you say, he will be having the chicken. I won't be having the chicken. Even if I want chicken, I'm gonna order something else. You're not ordering for me. Therefore, you're not telling me that I must accept your proposal now. That's not for you to ask. Now, Jack's girl, that's fine. He's already put out there. You can wine him, dine him, put a ring on it, bring him flowers. That's cool.
No, I have hay fever.
Send him to a spa weekend.
Yeah. Send him to a spa weekend with his girls.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, boys and girls.
Get his nails done, whatever. Pay for the feather in his hair, the part yardie. But on the flip side, I've had girls ask me out before and I've liked that. But I think asking out is different because you want to feel cool, like, yeah, what Jasmine likes me, yeah, I'll see in it. Rather than you're just chasing some girl who's go out with me. But marriage, that's a grown man thing, not a little boy thing, and not a female thing. Sorry. You have the right to, don't get me wrong, but like I said, not to me. Because I will flip it around in you. You don't have that right!
Georgia's zoo antics.
Recently, there have been some quite severe floods in Georgia, which I believe have claimed the lives of around 12 people. But in addition to this, it has caused the release of several animals from the zoo that reportedly have been lions, tigers and bears. Oh my. That's not funny. Lions, tigers, bears, hippos,
crocodiles.
I saw a picture of a crocodile just walking down the street. There's a bear that had been stranded up on top of, it looked like an AC unit, right? And hippo just walking around. These people were so brazen as to try and push the hippo. I think that's a hippo.
People of this town have all gone to the zoo, well, maybe once in the last few years. As soon as those animals escape the zoo, they're looking for you. All these taunt, you know, there's always that kid that's taunted a lion. Man, no ding dong on your door. Then what?
The tiger who came to tea.
Georgia.
You gotta go to the chip shop and there's a bear in there before you wear. You can't cut in. It's weird because my girl took me to Georgia innit, so she was trying to propose, but she didn't see that lion that was next to her, you know what I'm saying? I saw it, so I got out of there. That's what you get for proposing. I shouldn't find it funny, but I do. I could just imagine that the zoo cages or whatever, it had no tops or something, and it's just like the flood is pushing the animals up, and once they're out, they look at each other like, you know what?
Free at last. Free
It's
at
on.
last.
It's on, boy. It's like, see that kid earlier that was like throwing popcorn at the cage. Alright, cool. Alright, man, I'm coming for you, innit? Have they rounded them up? I mean, are the animals still going around? Hippos, you know, hippos don't play that, you know. Hippos will come get you.
Hippos are hungry, bruv.
Yeah.
Lions and tigers and bears and crocodiles and hippos. It sounds like the beginning of a very good story or the end of one, like Jumanji. I don't even know what you're supposed to do if there's tigers outside. What would you do? You're like, we've run out of milk, bruv. Mum's giving you the note. She like, go to the shop, get me some cigarettes. You're like, oh mum, there's tigers out there.
But mum, no cows escape from the zoo. I'm staying home.
Get me some cigarettes. I'm going on like it's America, it's Tbilisi. They're Russian. Get me some cigarettes. You got the note? You got the note? But mommy, get me a cigarette. I want to smoke. And that's it, boy. That might be the last journey you take outside. You gotta come prepared. You need your BB gun, your Wellingtons, because it's wet out there. I don't know what else. But you need to be prepared. Because outside in Tbilisi is not normal no more. It's Safari Zone. It's like a video game. It's like Far Cry. It's like Elder Scrolls. It's like Fallout. It's like you go outside, you're in the zoo.
You're in the
stay
wasteland.
inside, and your mom's gonna kill you because she wants a cigarette.
But seriously, I hope that nobody gets hurt by the animals.
Nah! That's it.
There's a flood. Cause animals to be released. Like, was it really as Scru said, water's rising and now they can get over the cage? Because that's not a safe zoo. That's not safe at all. If all that is needed, you know what really happened?
Is a flood.
Yeah. God communicated with Bill Levin and told him to make an ark. But he got high. He was gonna make an ark, but then he got high. And he didn't make the ark. And the floods came and just the animals went in 2 by 2.
That's what I was gonna say. Where's George and Noah? Where?
What I'm thinking about most here, aside from the nonsense of being excited, I'm really worried for the people, because imagine that, like, that's 2 catastrophes if you really think about it. You've just had a flood, everything flood out, and now
Idiot. We need justice.
with Tata Grand Dresser, we need justice!
Justice,
but
we need.
everything flood out. There's water everywhere, and not only do you have to worry about the fact that you might drown, or maybe one of your friends, cousins, family members have drowned, but now you've got to worry about the animals that are just out there.
That can swim.
That's terrifying.
Especially the ones that can
That is terrifying. I feel for these people, and I hope that there's a
God somewhere.
positive resolution to this.
And this week's sacrifice, the golden ticket.
So I have these 2 buddies in America, Tito and Amanda. They're a couple, and they've been arrested for selling golden tickets to heaven. Apparently, T.O. Jackson, he's not actually T.O. Jackson, he's just from Jacksonville, said that Jesus sold them to him,
Gave them to him.
gave them to him, and said, you know what, sell these. $99.99. If you're a close personal friend, that's what the price is. Usually $100, but for you, $99.99. Apparently Jesus said, sell these and I'll get you to heaven or some what? These are golden tickets to go to heaven for $99.99. Now I know with my track record, I'll need to pay a lot more to get that golden ticket. Because it's gotta be like, yeah, bro, this is like for normal people to get in there, and I need to get the premium that overlooks the sins. And I heard that Jesus told Tito, right, that heaven is a place where you can smoke all the crack, all the cocaine for free. Then why do you need to sell the ticket? Why do you need that money? I don't understand.
No, actually,
The alien.
yeah.
So is it for the alien to take
and
you
it was
to heaven?
Jesus who gave them to me behind the KFC and said to sell them so I could get the money to go to outer space. I met an alien named Stevie who said if I got the cash together, he'd take me and my wife on his flying saucer to his planet that's made entirely of crack cocaine.
I've made that promise to girls and boys before.
But you're an astronaut, it's acceptable.
I'll take you on my flying saucer, but let's just be real for a second. I think there are aliens, but Stevie, all the names in the universe is like, you know what? I'm an alien, Stevie.
I wonder. Now the most interesting thing about this story and the real sacrifice here is the news and those media outlets that are in a position and have the role of delivering us the news, which I feel that the news should be a non-biased thing. It should be fact presented as fact. That's it, not filtering things into people's mind, not trying to indoctrinate people. It should be, this is what happened, this is what happened. What do you think? If that's even a question. It should just be informative. But one of the things that this made me think of was, it turns out that this story was a hoax. It was an April Fool's joke that one company published and others jumped on the bandwagon taking it as fact. So clearly they did no research of their own. And I feel this is indicative of the state of things when it comes to the news. There's a lot of information put out there that A, we don't need, B, isn't factual or researched, C, is just irrelevant. And some of it is really the pushing of an opinion, the pushing of a belief, the pushing of an idea. And it comes down to this system of control.
The point is, the news is whack. The news embellishes, which means it's no longer news, it's stories. The fact that there's more than one news channel and they're all featuring the same news lets you know that the news is not news, it's just different people's stories. There should really only be one news channel that actually deals with, like, let's say general issues, and then if there was sports news, there should be one news channel that deals with sport, or if it was particular sport. But the fact that there's Al Jazeera, BBC World, ITV News, and whatever other news, because CNN is definitely not news, and neither is Worldstar, then
Neither is
You know,
Facebook, which is what
neither is
a lot of
Facebook
people's
and
main
Twitter.
source.
You know what, right? There was a post on Twitter made by a girl who worked for the BBC, and she tweeted that the Queen had died because she had read it somewhere or something, and then she got this, like, there was disciplinary action taken against her because of her position being in the news. It's Twitter. She did not stand on TV and say to the world. She typed it on a computer, and she is whoever she is. So if the news is simply what someone says, then it's no longer news, is it really?
I was never a big fan of Russell Brand as a comedian, but I love Russell Brand as a person, and his truths is really, really interesting. He basically takes down news stories for what they are and presents them for what they actually are. It's very, very interesting, and it's a good example, I think, of what the news should actually be like. So maybe we should have Russell Brand at the forefront of Koolay's idea, because I think that's a really good idea. We should have dedicated news channels. All these news channels should be for specific things. It'd be far more beneficial, I think. Couldn't see my hands there. It'd be far more beneficial. I don't know. See, if I was proposed to, and I'm probably a terrible example because I'm not the most masculine of guys, but like just thinking about it, I'm getting a little bit flustered, and it's like I feel so warm and special The thought, you know, it sort of almost makes you float. And like, if I was a peacock right now,
foolish. And that's the exact same way you're supposed to make your woman feel. That's
yeah, but why can't she, if she wants to, make you feel that way?
Well, she can make you feel that way. I wouldn't feel that way.
So if I proposed to you, you wouldn't feel special?
No, bro. I'll be like, are you even real?
Like, I'm like, oh my god, is this happening? Oh my god, I mean, like, oh my god, Koolay, Scru. Guess what, guys? Guess what?
She proposed.
It happened! Oh my god! Oh my OMG! Look at it! Look at it!
Foolish. Yeah, that's not me, is it?
But how do you feel about this? Women out there, like many of our, but actually most of our viewers are female. Ladies of the temple, would you propose to your man? And men of the temple, how would you feel if you were proposed to? And in the same sex relationships, does there exist, or do you feel there's any more or less pressure to propose? Like, how do you come to the decision of who should be the proposer? Is there such a thing, or is it just whoever gets there first, sort of?